everyone, my name is Isabel and welcome back to my personal finance channel, Your Friendly Budgetarian. So in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about my February budget, and it felt like January is forever, but I'm just glad that we are all here now. So without further ado, let's get started. So you guys are seeing again my new budget spreadsheet. So this is basically the overview, but I just want to start first with my income. So for my income portion, I do have 2 paychecks for the month. The first one is a little bit higher than the second one just because that 2 weeks that I worked, I was working overtime and holiday, so I do have the holiday pay. So I'm not really honestly quite sure, but I think it's about extra $200 or something, probably even more, just because it technically was an 8-hour shift, so it could be around $3,500. Hopefully it's more. The next one, it's going about $3,300 on average. I did have an increase of my base income. The thing is, it's not really an increase. I mean, sure, it's almost like a $2 increase, I guess, but that's really mostly because of the inflation rate increase that we have at work. So it's not really like a promotion or anything of that sort. I wish it was, but it wasn't. Next is, so shout out to Miss Gen Z Finance. I really appreciate the suggestion that she commented on one of my videos wherein because I was having that conflict of where I am gonna be, how I'm gonna be putting like technically my pre-tax contribution, which is, this one is not necessarily pre-tax because it's Roth, you know what I'm saying? But she suggested that I put it into my income, and then obviously it will be deducted in my savings or retirement portion. So for the pre-tax contribution, I'm aiming to do $850. So $700 of that will be for my 401k, and then the $150 would be for my HSA account. Side hustle, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sell this month for the month of February. I was hoping I was gonna sell one for January, but I didn't. I got too lazy with posting stuff on Facebook Marketplace. So yeah, but hopefully this month we will do it. We will try to do it again. Checkings roll over. I'm still hoping that I do the $500 minimum, or minimum per month. So we'll see if I do that. So based on that, I'm expected to have about $8,170 for my checkings rollover. Next, we go to the fixed and monthly expenses. I kind of want to start with this one first before the variable expenses, and let me just zoom it in a little bit more. So mortgage, again, it's $61.98. This one will be just for the principal payment, additional principal payment. My husband, my hubby or fiance, and I, we do share the house that we bought, but he pays for the mortgage and then I pay for the rest of the bills. So $61.98 is the one that I add, so that we have a flat and even number that we pay for the mortgage, and it will even out to about $3,500. For the electricity and gas, so this is a new thing that I signed up for because they do have this option of doing a flex pay, wherein they kind of just average basically your monthly after having a full year of for the electricity and gas expenses. And what they calculated for our bill was about $110. But again, we use more of the electricity during the winter months, and during summer months we don't, because we have a swamp cooler that we use as our AC because we don't have the centralized air conditioning here in our house. So $110. Hopefully, you know, this will be one of the things that I will be able to make it regular, because I kind of don't like the fluctuations of our electricity and gas. So that's why I signed up for the flex pay. And they said that if ever there is like any extra that I pay for, or if there's additional amount that I have to pay for, they will let me know at the end of the year. So for now, basically I will be paying $110 no matter what our watts, or I don't know, whatever you call it, the metrics for the one that they use for electricity or gas, and then yeah, just go from there. Internet is still $65. Waste management, oh, this one I completely forgot to edit out, because technically this should have been paid for because we only pay quarterly. So this should, both the waste management and the sewage system should be $0. Subscriptions, $8. That's for one of the streaming services that we use. Phone, I actually don't think I'll be able to handle this because my fiance, he just decided to like handle this himself. And then water is about $35. We are technically reaching or nearing the summer months. I mean, well, it's spring first and then summer, but I think it's really pretty getting warmer in here in where we live. So I think we probably might have to turn on the sprinkler soon. Although it is still freezing like during the morning and at night, but like the in-between, it's like really warm. So I don't know, but we'll see. So that's that for the fixed and monthly expenses. Now for the variable expenses, if we're going here, first start off with the grocery, and again, $500. And that's not even the total amount that's coming from like also from my fiance's paycheck. This is the only one that's coming from me. Oh gosh. I previously even budgeted for $900, but right now I think there's not that much, I guess, events or holidays and whatnot. So I think $500 hopefully should be good enough. Housing, $150. I honestly don't know what we might need, but I'm just putting it in just in case. Personal, $100. Actually, this might even be more. Let me see. I still have about $115 to budget. I think I will probably add additional $100 in here, just because I am going to see my family for the month of February, and my parents are retiring soon. They're actually going back to the Philippines, so it's kind of sad thing, but I'm just gonna try to see, you know, what I will be doing with them. Hopefully really something fun, at least before they leave, but you know, they're always welcome to come back, and they know that. But yeah, anyways. Medical and health, I don't think I'm gonna be doing anything with regards to my health related. Maybe I will have an appointment, but typically those are paid for, or like I don't have any copays because of my insurance. So we'll see. Transportation, actually this one, if I don't use my transportation from January, I'll probably transfer it for Feb. I don't know if I will get gas for the end of January, like at the very end, or I will get it like early in Feb. So this might change. I mean, I know I only have $15.02 available to budget, but I am pretty confident that I will be able to cover for it. Eating out, $100. Don't know. I mean, the thing is, like for Valentine's Day, we typically really don't like celebrate it religiously, but my fiance definitely tries his best to, you know, still make me feel loved, even though it's not, you know, Valentine's Day. So sometimes actually the previous Valentine's Day, he almost always cooks something special for me. So we'll see about that. What's gonna do this year? Well, actually, sorry. What I was gonna say is that for the Valentine's Day this year, I'm not gonna be with my fiance because that is the time that I'm gonna be visiting my family and my parents in California. So we'll see. Pets, I almost always don't budget anything in here. I just realized that. But push comes to shove, when hopefully by the time that I finish paying off my loans, I'll be able to do this. One will just basically be a sinking funds category, so we'll see. Donations, $150, and then for gift, so this amount that I'm trying to spare is because first, it's my mom's birthday, and second, I want to give them like a good going away gift for my parents, since again they're going to the Philippines for retirement, so we'll see about that. Alright, next is my sinking funds and savings. First things first, we have my M1 Spend Plus. So I'm honestly still debating if I'm gonna do a student loan savings wherein I don't pay for any student loans, because again, with regards to the forbearance, they extended it up until May 1st. So I'm still debating if I'm just gonna be putting the money there, or for my student loan payments, or do a student loan savings. So I created this account because I was thinking about that, student loan savings, because there's a 1% interest rate. And again, by the way, if you guys are interested in creating an M1 Finance account, you can use my link down below, because I believe they still have that bonus sign up wherein you get $50 and then get $50 if you sign up for a new account. And then for the M1 Finance, like my other brokerage account, I was thinking of doing or paying about $50. My crypto Coinbase account, I only put really a low amount, $10, because again, the cryptocurrency is funky. It always changes, so I don't want to put like a lot of money into that, but I'm still gonna try to put at least $10 per month. And again, another thing, if you are interested with adding crypto in your investment portfolio, I do have a Coinbase account. If you sign up using my link and then you deposit about $100, you get $10 of crypto, and I get $10 of crypto. So yeah, just in case if you guys are interested. And then next is my Wealthfront. That is my robo-advisor brokerage account. I signed up for that account back in January of 2021 because I still don't have any knowledge with regards to investing. And robo-advisor basically helps you pick like what to invest for. They ask you for what options you want. If you want something that's like environment friendly type of companies, they will specifically choose that for you. But if you and they will also ask you questions on how risk averse you are or not. And then from there, if you have a high risk, then basically they try to put you in the ones that have at least a high rate of return. But then again, it's still risky. Or if you're almost close to your retirement age, then they will probably go to the less risky type of investments. So that's Wealthfront for you. And again, in the description box down below, if you are interested in doing that, if you don't have any knowledge about investing and you just want basically to trust a robot doing that for you, you can sign up using my link. And if you put about $500, if you deposit about $500, your first $5,000 is managed for free up until you reach $5,000. And then next is my Roth or traditional IRA. So I haven't really closed my account yet for the month of January, but I don't know if I'm gonna be putting the $500 for my Roth. So I think I'm just gonna be adding a couple of money for the month of February. So that's why I put $900. But we'll see. Again, it depends on like how much I will have for my paycheck. For my HSA, $150. And again, this is coming from my pre-tax contribution that I put for my February income, even though it technically is deducted from my paycheck already, but that's fine. And then my TSP or my 401k at work, it's $700. So basically, I'm trying to put about $350 for each paycheck. Last but not the least, I have my debts. For student loans, I'm hopefully trying to pay $3,500 minimum, and then any extra amount from my paycheck, then I will add it onto that. I do have some credit card loans that I think I'm not going to be able to pay for the month, or at least by the end of January. So I'm just going to like basically roll it over for February. But that wouldn't, honestly, I would not have to pay any like interest fee, just because I am technically paying them monthly. The thing is, they only account for the minimum balance. So if you're not able to pay for the minimum balance, then they will charge you the interest rate. But since I technically paid off the minimum balance, so it's $665, it's fine. It can go over through the month of February. And as you can see, for my budgeted breakdown, so about 50% goes to my debt. I cannot wait for the day that I finally don't have to see the 50% going to my debt. And hopefully, that will convert to savings. Fixed expense is about 3.4%, variable is 19.6%, and savings rate is about 0.25%. So that is it for my February budget video. If you guys like my video, and if you are interested to know more about any finance related videos in my channel, please click the thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click the notification bell so that you get notified once I upload my new videos. And so with that, I hope you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!